Hello, and welcome to the Astro Forecast for Monday, March 15th to Sunday, March 21st. So we start off this week fresh off of a new moon in Pisces. So this is lovely planted energy of new intention being birthed at this time. So this week, as the moon is gaining in light, we will find our momentum also gaining. Now, there's a few factors this week that are going to sort of wax and wane on our energy, and I'll talk about that now. So on Monday, Mercury, the planet that rules our mind, our communication, the way we process information, the way we listen, and the way we sort of exert control over our lives with kind of information and our mind moving, it is going into Pisces. Now, Pisces is all about the ethereal. It really, in the natural wheel, it rules the 12th house, and that's all about transcendence, healing, self-sabotage, things that we hide or even kind of behind the scenes, so to speak. So it is a energy of intuition, spirituality, the unseen, and it rules confusion and delusion as well. So when Mercury is in Pisces, it's not really a time of like doing great presentations and articulating your point. It's more of a time of, expressing your emotions with music. It's healing grief. It's therapy. It is, doing artistic work. It is great if you're an artist or a creative. This time will feel like it's really inspiring you. It is a great and inspiring time as well with Mercury in Pisces. So if you're doing anything that requires creativity, self-expression, doing something that is sort of expressing what's in your spirit, this will be a lovely time for that. On Tuesday, the sun is going to be in a really wonderful relationship to Pluto, and that's called a sextile, which is 60-degree angle. So Pluto is about death, rebirth, transformation. It's a pretty intense planet. And when it's in a helpful aspect to the sun, which is our individuality, we can feel like we are really doing a lot of deep investigative work on ourselves, that we're doing a lot of healing on ourselves, transcending some of our issues with the sun being in Pisces. So this energy of Mercury can really be helping at this time as well, infusing that Piscean energy of like, how can we bring healing to this and feel more spiritually connected and use that spiritual connection to come into more of alignment with who we really are and release what is no longer serving us. Pluto is kind of releasing, cutting away anything that's not serving us. So it's eliminating bad habits. It's difficult tasks getting done quickly. It can be obsessive compulsive behavior because you're obsessing over what you want to change or fix about yourself or problems that you've had that aren't really working for you. And so this is a time to really bring yourself some love. So if you're feeling yourself going to the negative, let's see, how can you make this a positive, that you have come so far, that you're on a journey, that you are doing a hell of a job at this thing called life during a pandemic, might I add. As we move into Thursday, Venus is going to be sextile Pluto. Now, Venus is what we love and value, money, beauty, and Pluto, again, death, rebirth, transformation, guilt, shame, all those things. So it's a tough planet, man. Pluto has a very strong job in our lives. And when it plays nicely with Venus, it can be very deep conversations that we feel connections with. This can be loved ones and people coming into our lives that we have deep connections with. This can be even your friend group, maybe getting together, COVIDly, of course, depending on what's happening in your area. But it can be a time where, on the negative side is that you can be obsessing about somebody that you really want to connect with. Or, if you're single, this can be intense desires. This can be deep, passionate sex. This can be, really fixating on something that you want that you can't get. So, everything has its opportunity to express in its positive form or its negative form. And you get to choose how it works for you. And if you can see yourself going into this negative kind of cycle of thought, how can you bring yourself out of it? And so how can you think of like the positives for it? How can you see the opportunity in the situation? And where's the wound, right? If you're going in the negative, there's a wound underneath there, maybe not feeling worthy, maybe you're scared of being alone. So this Pluto is going to be picking up all of those wounds and bringing it to the surface so you can heal it, so you can see it. So maybe a friend can help you, or maybe you can have some conversations with people about why you keep doing this. Or maybe you're going into therapy and talking to a practitioner like me about how I can not do this to myself every time, self-sabotaging patterns. So very passionate about what you love. You may feel a longing for deeper relationships, need for connection, obsessed with someone, and a new romance could be starting at this time too, if it's somebody single, if you are single. Friday, March 19th, a little bit of a rocky day emotionally on this day, I'll have to say. There's definitely this head versus heart energy, a little bit impulsive and scattered. But there's an emotional fortitude that's being built here with this day as well. So on Friday, I would say give yourself some emotional space to feel the feelings and not take it out on other people. You can use this energy to get a lot of stuff done. If you really kind of work on your own and doing things that are kind of focused on something, you can really get some work done here on Friday by channeling this energy into something that feels responsible and knocking things off your to-do list. Saturday. Saturday is a big day. It is the sun moving into Aries, commonly known as the spring equinox. So when the sun moves into Aries, it is heralding spring. Yay! I know for us here, I'm in Edmonton, the geese have been returning. We're seeing bugs out again. The snow is melting. It is a lovely time of year. Spring is such a beautiful time. When the flowers return, the leaves return, everything starts to turn green again. But there's that icky in between, at least here, where everything's kind of brown and mucky and gross. So that's that chrysalis phase where we're kind of in this phase of like incubating, releasing and shedding all of that winterness and moving into spring. So that Aries energy that's coming in is going to be so divine for getting things done. So if you're someone like me that's like been waiting to get things done and this Pisces energy has just been so hard to deal with, and maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're very creative and it's been flowing for you, and that's wonderful too. There's been a lot of insights, a lot of downloads, a lot of grief healing, a lot of wound healing during Pisces energy, Pisces season. So it's very necessary to the collective. But those of us who like to get going on things and are waiting for the energy to shift, this is our time. So with the sun moving into Aries, it's equinox. And equinox just means equal day and equal night. And so the sun is directly over the equator. So it's kind of, its rays are hitting both the northern and southern hemisphere equally. And this happens twice a year. So it's also going to happen this year on September 23rd. So we'll be back at this point again, where the sun is now moving back over the equator the other way. Bringing in winter. Well, no, that'd be fall. And so as we're doing that, that'll be a different time of the year where the sun's rays are now going to start to get kind of less and less and less on our hemisphere, which is the northern hemisphere. But for us up here now, this is the heralding of spring on March 20th. And with this is this Aries energy coming in. Now, Aries is a fire cardinal sign. So fire, air, earth, and water are the four elements of the astrology. And fire is one of passion, of get up and go, right? It is creative, it needs an outlet, and it's very passionate, fiery energy, right? Creativity, inspiration. It likes to go places and do things. It doesn't just like to sit about. So with this fire energy, cardinal are the signs that start the season. Cardinal energy is activating. It is initiating. It likes to pioneer things. And Aries, that is the perfect word for Aries, is pioneering spirit. They don't care what you think. They have something they got to get done and they're going to do it. And I love my Aries people in my life because they definitely have this energy about them that just wants to go and do. It's a very new, very innocent energy, but it's also very fired up and motivated to get things done. So I always say with Aries, either you're on the bus or you're under the bus. They don't really care. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. And some people would say that's egocentric, but I actually think that's just a misrepresentation because they're not concerned about anybody else because they're so focused and driven and by their goals because they're so passionate about their goals. It's not like they're sitting there going, what do you think about if I do this thing? That's not Aries. That is not Aries. So with Aries energy, this is going to bring us lots of this wonderful fiery energy, the urge to initiate, create, There's little shame with an Aries energy because they are just, like I said, focused on what they want to do. Enthusiastic, spontaneous, desire, focused on tasks at hand. They're driven. This is a direct, uncomplicated energy. But we need to plan to direct this energy somewhere. Otherwise, it starts things and then it doesn't finish. It starts things and then it doesn't finish. So that's one of the negative things with, not negative things, one of the obstacles with Aries is how can you now use this energy to get something done? Otherwise, you get a whole bunch of a whole bunch of things half done and you're moving on to something else. It's not exciting. It's not important anymore to an Aries. So it's really important. Aries are big picture people. They tend to be leaders. So where can you delegate tasks away that you don't really like to do, or kind of bring people in to help you finish tasks, is really this wonderful opportunity of this season. So that equinox happens at 3:37 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then Sunday, we have a few lovely aspects on this day. Venus now moves into Aries. Now, Venus is what we love and value. It's been hanging out in Pisces. So again, those relationships, spirituality, intuition, healing, all that kind of stuff. Now, when Venus moves into Aries, this, my friends, is passion. This is driven energy. This is what we want to get done, and we want to get it done now. I want this thing and I want this now. I want to buy this car and I want it now. That is that Venus and Aries energy. So it is also very sexy. It's Venus in Aries people tend to go for the chase. They are the chaser. They don't want to be chased. They want to go after the prize. So it's a new day, strong desires, love is spontaneous and direct, a little impatient. Venus in Aries is impatient. It doesn't like to wait around for things. So that might be a complication here, especially if you're in it for a long haul on a goal or project. This is going to give you that energy to get going on it. The chase is exciting. It's bold. It's fresh. It doesn't want to dwell on the past. There is no stories with Venus in Aries. It is going forward and it's always living in the present moment. Now, helping this along, there's Mercury sextile to Uranus. Now, Mercury is our mind, our coordination, the way we communicate and we process information. And Uranus is the great upheaval. It's the great awakener. It is evolution. And these two planets are going to be working really well together. Sextile is a very helpful aspect, harmonious aspect. So with these two working together, this is innovative ideas. This is creativity. This is big thinking. This is an ideas generating machine here of how can we help and be of service and also do things that elevate the collective. Uranus is in Taurus, which is of Earth. So this can be about money. This can be the earth. How can we help ideas? Like this could be really innovative inventions coming out during this time, around this time as well, where people are just getting these great information ideas downloaded as if out of nowhere and then putting them into motion to help the planet. So really lovely, very exciting ingenuity, new discoveries being made. And be careful not to be so rigid on this day. This aspect works really well when you give it space to grow. And then the last aspect on this Sunday that's making this a lovely day is Mars trining Saturn. So Mars is our motivation or desire, energy or aggression, and Saturn is about responsibilities or duties, structure in our life. Are we doing the thing we said we were going to do? And a trine is the most helpful aspect in the zodiac. It is the most harmonious. So having this is the energy, this is wonderful energy to go out and get things done. Like if you're wanting to plant the garden, I mean, it's still a little early to plant gardens and stuff, but if you're wanting to clean out the garage, clean out your house, get a bunch of things done on your checklist, do the laundry, this will be really helpful. It's strength, ambition, perseverance. It's really on task, on time, and on budget. It is the most efficient time. This can also be increased sex drive and a lot of passion happening in your life. So if you channel this passion into something really great, this could be a great workout. This could be a great, romp in the hay. It could also be cleaning your house. So really use this energy on this day, getting some creative ideas. This Venus in Aries, you're going to have this influx of energy all of a sudden to get things done on this Sunday. So go with the flow, really use the energy the way you feel it best and take this opportunity now to get things done. Because if you've been like me, kind of floating about with this Pisces energy, this is going to feel like I got things to do and get her done. So I hope this helps you and serves you in the most wonderful ways. I hope it inspires you to be your best personal light out into the world, and that you're able to flow with the energy that the universe is presenting. I think I often see with my clients, so they feel guilty that they're feeling tired or they're not, understanding the flow of energy. And the universe gives us little breaks here and there. It's so intense if you were always on the go, right? That's the beauty of Pisces season. So take those breaks and just really flow with the energy. And if your heart doesn't feel like today's the day to clean the house, that's okay, right? That's okay. If it feels like it never wants to clean the house, maybe it's time to bring in some help, right? So flowing with the energy, but also realizing when, it's time, or maybe there's a wound underneath, motivating you as well. So I hope that helps you. Have the best week ever. Thank you so much for your support and being here. I so appreciate you. Wishing you a wonderful week.